just fall into a dream.
Well, my next guest, if you've ever been to Present Company in the Montrose area and have seen it run significantly perfect, she's definitely one of the reasons that you're having quite a pleasant time there. Operationally, she's making sure it goes without a hitch. Please welcome Sheila Atiki.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hey, thanks for getting here. I know we had a little bit of a schedule mishap last week.
Yeah, definitely with work related.
But now we're here. I have to say, every time I've talked to you, it's pretty much always been, I don't know if I can make it out because they have me slammed over here.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll try and push me out, and I'm like, no, this needs to get done.
Yeah.
I'm getting tied up. Like, I can't leave. And it's crazy because I'll just get sidetracked with 100 different things that need to get done so everyone can do their thing. It runs smoothly, and it's just like, I feel like Present Company is my home, and then my apartment is like my vacation where I go relax, enjoy some time off. But it's been definitely wild since we've opened back up again as a restaurant now versus a bar. There's been so many differences, changes. We're all trying to learn new things because it's not what it used to be. Everyone is still learning. COVID has definitely changed our world for sure.
Oh, yeah. 100. I think everyone has had some sort of huge pivot that they had to do in their business.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we're like really blessed to be like one of the fortunate bars or / restaurants, to remain open during COVID. I know a lot of people who are out of jobs can't find a job because their bar had to shut down because of COVID. So I feel like sometimes when people are ungrateful for the situation that we're given, I kind of remind them, hey, you're not under a bridge. You can pay your bills still. Like, you have a job. You have that security still. I think we're probably one of the stricter places compared to other restaurants, other bars, whatever you want to.
Like I did the air quotes.
Yeah. I think some people, who go to other restaurants, whatever you want to call it, they have issues with us sometimes, because they're like, well, this restaurant didn't care if I had my mask off while I was walking. They don't care what I'm doing. And we're just like, okay, well, we're not that restaurant. We're a completely different place from that. So if you want to go there, you're more than welcome to. But over here, this is how we're going to do things. So people are just not understanding having a mask on. I feel like that's the biggest issue with us. Like, we want our guests to feel comfortable with where they're at and everything. We've had multiple people tell us, hey, thanks, I appreciate you for telling that person to put on their mask. It makes me uncomfortable when I see people just walking without their masks on. And it's so much harder telling a person when they're intoxicated hey, put on your mask. They're like, what? Why do I need to do that? And I'm like, how did you get in here? Like, no, this isn't okay. And so it's a lot more difficult telling a drunk person or any sort of, intoxication, whatever, hey, put on a mask. Just follow the rules. Like, we're trying to stay open so you can have a good time. And and they're just like not understanding. And some of them are, which is great, but the ones that aren't, it makes it so difficult for us to like try and remain calm and happy. And it's like, we're trying to have a good time. Y'all are trying to have a good time. I understand that, but we're also trying to follow all the rules that we're going by, given by Abbott.
Yeah, no, you guys are just doing your job, and I can't even imagine dealing with someone who is not sober, who has a very strong opinion about their mask situation.
Yeah. One night I remember this girl, she came in without a mask. She said she needed to use the restroom. I allowed her in, but then I realized that she didn't have her mask on. She had it on before the gates, but then when she got in, she took it off, whatever. And I was like, hey, girl, I need your mask on when you're going to the restroom.
I like how polite you are. Hey, girl.
Yeah, I'm really nice at first. I'm just, and I don't know. They underestimate whatever you want to say. And she was just like, okay, I'll put it on. I'm going to the restroom right now. Can I pee in peace? And I was just like, okay, sure. Go to the restroom, pee, whatever. So then I'm waiting outside of the restroom. So I make sure she has the masks on before I escort her back to her friends that are waiting to get inside for a party that she wanted to have. And she's like refusing to wear the mask pretty much. She's like, no, I'm not going to wear it. I'm walking over to my friend who's outside of the bar to give me another mask. And I'm just like, so you can't put that one on? Like, what's going on? Like, what the hell? So I have her, so she walks over to her friend, and it's in between other tables, other parties. And I'm like, that's so rude to the other tables. Like, they're trying to enjoy the time. I don't know how these people feel about COVID, you know, and you're just walking without a mask. I don't appreciate that, you know? And she's just like, getting really upset that I'm telling her to put on a mask. I don't care what mask you have on. If you need to put toilet paper, like whatever you need to do, just cover your mouth, like to make other people feel safe at present company. And so she finally gets the mask and she puts it on, and then she starts talking mad shit to me. She's like, I'm just like, oh no, this is not happening right now. This is not happening. Like we're already understaffed as it is, and you're like trying to cause problems. Like this is not the day. Like do not try me. And
doesn't it feel great to be doing your job and just getting shit talked?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And she was just like, she's like, I don't need so she takes off her masks while we're at the door, because I was about to let them in, and she starts talking down to me. She takes off her masks, and I was about to let her friends in, and she's literally right behind me, and she's just like, I don't need to wear my fucking mask. Don't tell me what to do, blah, blah, blah. And she's like cursing at me, going crazy. And breathing, and she was like breathing in my face without her mask, and I'm just like, you are so disrespectful, rude. Like I'm just like, okay, like we don't need you in here, you need to get out. And she's like, I'll stay here and I'll kick ass if I want to. And so I just looked at the door guys, and the door guys came in and intervened, and they're like, nah, you gotta go, and she's like talking mad to me, and I'm just like, why? You could have came and had a good time if you just would have followed the rules. Like, we're trying to stay open so you can have a good time, and you're over here talking to me because I told you to put on a mask. Yeah. Like, what's the big deal? Like, there was this girl who literally put toilet paper because she came out of the restroom without a mask. I was like, girl, you need a mask. She was like, I lost it. Can I get toilet paper? I was like, we can sell them to you. Like, we have our own masks that we'll sell to you, or you can get them from valet for like $2. And she was like, no, I'm gonna go to the restroom. So she literally made her own mask out of toilet paper. There was one hanging on one ear, one hanging on another, covered her mouth and nose. And I was like, you know what, if it works, it works. Like,
hey, as long as it's not one ply, right?
Yes, as long as it's not one ply.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that's probably our biggest issue. And you know, people still think we're a bar, and so they just want to walk around, go to the bar, do whatever they want to do. And because, like, you know, we are an Instagrammable bar, people want to take pictures at, you know, the neon signs and everything. And so it's like they're just like, oh, well, I just want to check this spot out. And we're just like, sorry, we're a restaurant. Like, we can't have people just walking. We need you all remained in the seats because it just prevents madness from happening. Like, the first time we opened back up, we you know, it started getting crazy. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I mean, sales were great, don't get me wrong, sales were great, but it was madness, complete madness. It was the craziest it had been since probably we had first opened up in general.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it when you open? So this is when you opened up with the new change of direction.
Correct. Yeah. So we shut down. I remember because it was the week before my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna my birthday fell on a Saturday, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna make some money. Like, I'm gonna tell people it's my birthday. They're gonna give me extra money. Yes, I'm so excited for this. And it was a week before my birthday. I believe on Monday we got the news. I want to say it was March 17th or 18th. No, it was the 16th that we got shut down. And I was just like, fuck, what's going to happen? I went into straight panic mode. I was just like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money? Like, what's going to happen? Like, is this a temporary thing? Is this a permanent thing? I just went into like survival mode pretty much. I was just like, bars are going to be shut down for a minute. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
This is in March.
Yeah, in March, whenever it first happened. Yeah. We shut down and I went into panic mode. And I remember on my birthday, I was just crying because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, you know? Yeah. Or I kept messaging everybody, you know, in the manager chat. I was like, anything that I would find out, I would send to them. I was like, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Are we going to open? What's happening right now? Like, I don't think people took it as seriously as they do. I feel like in May or so, people took it a little bit more seriously, but when it first happened, I just felt confused as hell. I was like, what's gonna happen? How am I gonna pay my bills? Like, I have money saved up, but this is my money I want saved up. I didn't want to be spending it on rent and this and that. Like, I was freaking out really bad. And along with other people, you know, some of the other people don't have money saved up or don't have like, you know, a little safety net to have them protected. Right. So everyone went into straight panic mode. And it's like, how do you keep people underneath you, like, you know, happy or satisfied when it's like it's out of your control? And so when we opened back up again, I think we reopened up as a bar. I don't believe, because we reopened up as a bar.
They allowed for that.
Yeah, and I think it was in May or maybe.
I want to say a second phase. So
yeah, I can't.
Does that sound right? Second phase. End of May, early June.
Yeah, that's when it was, and we opened back up. But we had no game plan. We didn't know what to expect. We've never, you know, no one's ever experienced this before. So we were just like, what are we going to do? So we were probably one of the stricter places compared to, you know, we saw some other spots that had been open, you know, that tried remaining open as a restaurant or whatever, or an event space. I'm not going to say any names, but, you know, they stayed open as that, but didn't care about, like, you know, the masks, sanitation, all that. And that's something we, like, really wanted to implement whenever we opened up as a bar. And the first few weeks, it was smooth. Like, the first weekend went pretty smooth. You know, everyone had their masks on at all times. Like,
oh really?
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, at least for the employees, you know. Other people, no. You know, you could tell that. I don't think it was a rule the first time. I think it was more so for employees the first time.
I remember I was in Dallas. I won't say the place, but when it first opened, and it was no one. I mean, employees, of course, but no one else even cared.
Yeah, no one cared. There were spots that I would go to, and I'm like, why is that person not wearing a mask? Like, what's going on? People were just not about it. You know, we would tell them, like, hey, you know, I don't know, the first few weeks, it got crazier every week that we remained open as a bar. Like, the first week, I think, went pretty smooth. Then it just kept on getting crazier and crazier. I remember the amount that the cocktails were making, the cocktail waitresses, it was ridiculous. Like, the amount of money they were making because we were so packed.
Yeah, because people were just cooped up. They wanted to party.
Yeah, they wanted to party. Their unemployment money kicked in, you know, the extra 600
So
that
good
they
to
were
hear
making.
it's going to the right place.
Yeah, and they had nothing better to do because they didn't have a job.
Yeah.
So it was just ridiculous. But it was taking a toll on all of us because it was like they were losing their minds. We were losing our minds because they were losing their minds.
Right.
And so then we shut back down again. And we were just like, fuck, what's going to happen? And every single week, actually, I got paranoid that I had got COVID. Yeah, so I kind of started that trend from the employees because I let one of my friends stay at my place because of COVID stuff going on. They didn't have a job. I felt real bad. I was like, hey, you can stay at my place, you know, until this kind of
trying to be
smooths up.
nice.
Yeah, and it turned out they ended up having COVID, and I was just like, oh my god, I have it. I have it. I'm freaking. I was freaking out so bad, and so I told one of the managers, I was like, I could possibly have COVID. I need to go get tested ASAP. Like, I can't work. Like, I don't feel safe. And immediately, as the owner found out, he was like, go get her tested. So he has been super proactive about it, like in terms of making sure we're protected. Like anyone who felt like that they had it or were getting it or something, he was like, go get tested. Like he took care of us, which is awesome, because there's other places that I heard about that they didn't care if their employees had it. They didn't care or if any of their whatever, you know, kept on getting passed around. But I will brag about like so grateful that he was willing to get everyone tested. And so after...
You can dab up your owner, by the way.
What was that?
I said you can dab up your owner, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. I will give him mad props for that, because like when I was hearing all these other stories from other industry people, I was just like, that's traumatizing. I'm so grateful, you know? And he gave us once... Luckily, I found out I was negative. Which is freaking crazy because my friend who was staying on the couch, we shared common area and bathroom. But my schedule, because I had been living at work practically, I hardly ever saw him. Like I'd go sleep in my bedroom, pass out, and go back into work. But I never got it from him, which was freaking crazy. I thought I did. I was like, oh my God, I'm fatigued. I'm this, I'm that. I have it. And when I got tested, it was same day results. It was negative. Wow. Yeah. And
it's probably more in your head than anything else.
100%. And I felt so bad because he had it. I was like, hey, I can't have you stay here anymore. And so I felt really bad, but it was like, I had to kind of protect myself. And so I kind of left him hanging, which I felt like about, but I was like, I'm still working. Like I can't have you do this. And then we ended up shutting back down again. We shut back down again, and then we went to, I want to say another like 6 weeks or so, because
it was
I think at the end of July we opened back up as a restaurant.
That's right, because the cases started to spike.
Yeah.
And then Abbott rolled it back. And I remember, it was a good over a month for sure.
Yeah, it was about a month or so. But let me tell you, during those 4 weeks, the second time around, my mind, I think, was more at ease. I wasn't as stressed as I was before, because I was like, okay, this is something we're just going to have to deal with. It's not an option, you know, it's not like, we're just gonna have to figure something out versus like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is this COVID? What is this, you know?
Yeah, at that point, we had a lot more data. You kind of knew what you guys had to reroute as, and you had a plan, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sorry to interject. So obviously you're worrying about yourself. You're worrying about running the show, and then you have all these cocktail waitresses that are reporting to you as well. And you had mentioned before that they're freaking out. From a manager's perspective, how are you keeping them from utterly breaking down themselves?
Oh, it happens. It happens. They break down, and I'm the worst person to like I can't, like, I try not to cry in front of people.
Oh.
So when I see one of the girls start crying, I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? But in person, I'm just like giving them a hug, like
keep it
whatever.
together.
Yeah, trying to keep it together. Luckily, I feel like compared to from when we first opened up, we had probably about 30 cocktail waitresses. It's gone down to about like 7 to 8 of them right now. And it's,
wow.
Yeah. And so.
How did you choose? This might be a bad question, but how did you guys decide, or was it maybe just who wanted to come back that you're like, this is the 7 to 8 all-stars?
Yeah. So we kind of weeded them out, it was crazy over there. The people that could handle it stayed. The people that couldn't just kind of faded out. Like, I feel like you have to have some sort of craziness inside of you to be able to deal with any sort of industry bar place, especially as crazy as it was. When we first opened up, we were probably working like open to close from like 11 in the morning all the way till 2 at night, but we'd have to be there probably at 9 in the morning to roll silverware, get everything taken care of.
So you're sleeping like 4 hours.
4 hours a night, probably.
Yeah.
Money was great. Money was pouring like crazy. We were all happy about it, but we were dead on the inside. We were all dead on the inside. We were just like, what is
Walking
life?
Dead.
Yeah, exactly. We were straight zombies. And but yeah, money was pouring like crazy. But the cocktails, I feel like since the team has gotten like a lot smaller, we're all really supportive of each other.
That's
if
great.
one of us is going through something, we'll all be there. If I know one of them is having a hard time, I'm obsessed with Tiff's treats, so I'll just send some Tiff's treats. It'll get them happy. It'll keep them happy.
I've gotten Tiff treats a few times. It's a pretty good present.
Yeah, definitely gets them a little bit happy. But they understood, like, we can't go drink. We can't do this. We can't, spend our money like we used to. So I think the second time around, they handled it. I think everyone handled it a lot better versus whenever it first happened. First time, I just felt so bad because it was like, it's out of my control. I don't even know how to make you feel better.
Yeah.
But
you kept a good face on.
Yeah, I definitely had a good face. Luckily, most of it was through messages, so they didn't have to see my face. But yeah, they're definitely some troopers for sure. But we switched over to a restaurant at the end of July, and
yeah, how did that? So I haven't really been following those exact procedures that need to happen. I know for a fact you have to. Or at least I don't know for a fact, but I assumed you have to refile with the state.
Correct. Yeah, you have to get a restaurant license, and I don't know the ins and outs of that. Sean, the owner, takes care of it. And we opened up as a restaurant, and once we got the license and everything for it, we opened back up. We had no idea who was going to be the hostess, because it was just like, all we had is door guy, check an ID, they go wherever. We had to do a hostess, a drink runner. The bartenders became servers practically because we didn't need as many bartenders.
Right, yeah. Who's becoming the servers? Because it really is only bartenders and cocktail.
We only need like 1 or 2 bartenders now, pretty much, making the drinks, because no one's going to the bar anymore. So the bartenders are now becoming servers, and some of them have had server bartender experience, which is great. Some of them haven't. So we're a high volume bar or restaurant, and so
Caught yourself.
Yeah. Some of them it's an adjustment for them to kind of learn how to pick up a little bit faster in terms of going to every single table versus them being behind the bar, making the drinks, putting in the food orders. It's a completely different atmosphere for sure. We have drink runners now. We didn't have drink runners before. We don't have as many servers on the floor because it is a tip share now versus the cocktails making their own money, because we would have to tip out the bartenders a higher percentage if we were to just make our own money. So the cocktails have had a little bit of an adjustment. They've been a little bothered at first when we went to tip share. They weren't about it. They like making their own money. They like working however many hours pretty much.
Well, you're also, when you're making your own money, you're also a direct impact on that money you're making.
100%. You know, they're regulars that they get who tip them 100, 200, whatever. It's like, they're like, that could have been my money. And it's like, I personally love the tip share. It makes my life a little bit easier in terms of sections, because we have each cocktail in a section. And sometimes some of the girls would walk out of there with $50, you know, and then sometimes they'd walk out of there with 500. So when they would get a bad section, they would be like, this fucking sucks, you know?
Yeah.
But now with tip share, it's like everyone
is going to be on the same playing field.
Yeah, exactly. But now we have to shorten hours and things like that. So, that's been a little bit of an adjustment for cocktails who are used to working doubles or used to working, you know, however many hours they want to, because it's their money.
Right.
Yeah. So that's probably been definitely.
There a lot of complaints about that, or?
Yes and no. I feel like the first week we opened up, it was chaos, complete chaos. The cocktails, all of them, I think, complained about it. And we kind of had to have like a few staff meetings because there were issues going wrong with tip share, everything. So we were trying to smooth things out. I think now everyone is on the same page. And the one thing I like about it is they hold each other accountable. So it's like if someone's not holding their weight, they'll be like, hey, this person's not holding their weight. They need to, you know, step it up. So it's like, each person takes care of each other, which I like more versus, hey, this is my section, this is my money, you know? So I feel like it's less selfish and more about everyone else.
Team players.
Yeah, exactly. Team players, 100%. Yeah.
So you have limited bartenders back now, and then
Correct.
You have someone up front as a host, and then you have drink runners, as you said. And the cocktail basically became all the servers?
The cocktail
and bartenders.
Yeah. So some of the bartenders are now servers. Sometimes, you know, when it's a little bit slower and we have enough coverage, the bartenders will go and take their order. We have only the inside for them because if present company is 2 stories, extremely big, upstairs patio, outside patio.
How big is the whole building, by the way? Do you know roughly?
I actually don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. But before, whenever it used to be Royal Oaks, it was, it's definitely way bigger, I believe. Yeah, once we switched over to present company, there's definitely more room, brighter, more Instagrammable, all that. I don't know if you ever went to Royal Oaks or not.
I have not, man. I've been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, I live there. So when people talk to me about new places that open up, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. I live here. But yeah, so it's definitely really big for if the bartenders were to go like on the patio, it'd be too much for them. So I try to give them the inside space to where if we're crazy busy and they need to get pulled behind the bar or something, they can quickly go behind the bar, make a few drinks, go back and start taking care of the tables.
Got you.
Yeah.
And you had food before, right?
Yeah, we had food before.
Did you expand the menu or?
We added a few things. We've been trying to tweak the menu forever. We want to get, I don't know what the plans are, to be honest. We've added a few more items to it.
What are the new items?
So I'm vegetarian, and me and the other vegans, vegetarians over there, we recommended cauliflower wings. I love cauliflower wings, awesome. My favorite. They've actually done pretty popular over here. A lot of people are ordering them. I think we ordered a cheese board as well, because on Wednesdays we have like
Wine down Wednesday.
Yeah, pretty much Pinot and pies. So it's like
Pinots and pies.
Yeah, we get.
That's
awesome. If you buy a bottle of wine, you get a free pizza with the bottle.
Yeah,
of wine.
I think I did see.
on
Wine and
Instagram.
pizza.
Yeah. And
Little
so
WAP
we did
action.
it. We added the cheese board with it, and
Yeah.
so that's added to the promo too on Wednesdays.
Nice.
So yeah. Yeah, we've added a few more things. We really want to find something for like the desserts. We want to do something on the sweeter side. Right now we have a dessert pizza, but people want cupcakes or like a cake
Carrot
carrot cake, tres leches, like anything.
You should look at can't think of the name of it right now in Dallas. Oh my God. Nick and Sam's. You
Nick
know
and Sam's?
in
No, I've
Dallas?
never heard of
You
that.
should look at Nick and Sam's dessert menu,
Okay.
and I swear, so many people go to. I mean, people go to that restaurant because it's a spot, but they routinely will always take pictures for the gram with the desserts.
Oh, no
So
way.
you guys are already known for that.
Yeah.
I would maybe take some inspiration from that.
Oh, yeah,
They have like
for
a
sure.
big rainbow cake that's like this tall.
Oh, no way.
And then they have this big cotton candy thing that people are always getting. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I used to eat there, I used to be like lit by the time desserts were, so I don't really remember it too much.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have our cocktails, like some of them we have in a LaCroix can.
Oh,
And
awesome.
yeah,
LaCroix.
and let me tell you, when we first opened up, one of the bartenders on his shift, all he was doing was just opening up LaCroix cans his entire shift.
Oh,
That's
my
all
God.
he was doing. Yeah,
So you
and
get
they're not easy to open.
No.
They're not
No.
easy to open. One of the barbacks got me to do it one time, and it was for like an hour or so, and I broke like almost all of them. I was like, I can't do this. Like, someone else has to do this.
God.
I'm just wasting time, like,
Yeah.
for all of y'all. Y'all got to figure it out. So they had to figure
So you're
out
just cutting
to do
off
it.
the top of the LaCroix?
Yeah.
Wait,
and
what are you putting in it again?
what was that?
What are you putting in it again?
We put alcohol
Oh,
in it.
just any alcohol.
Yeah,
Okay, I
so
thought it was
we
a
have
specific
specialty
thing.
cocktails. Yeah. So in one of them,
I like how you're like, we put alcohol.
Yeah.
Adult drinks.
Yeah, adult drinks. Yeah. So like in one of them, it's called a stranger danger.
Oh no.
And it's it's the watermelon LaCroix can. We open it up, we put watermelon vodka in there,
Oh, boy.
Prosecco, lime juice, a few other things, and that's
it
called
tastes like candy.
yeah, pretty much
Okay.
tastes like it's definitely on the sweeter side, more tart.
Gotcha. Serve them out of a unmarked white van.
Yeah, stranger danger. We put a little lime and basil to garnish it with, and a straw. Those are probably our most popular cocktails on the menu. People love them. They love going to the neon signs and taking a picture with the LaCroix cans. Right. And then we have another one that's called the Whispering Eye.
Oh no.
Yes.
What's in the Whispering Eye?
Tequila, my favorite. Yeah.
It's always been my least favorite.
Oh, I love tequila.
Oh my god. Hey, have you noticed that some of the alcohol like wipes or alcohol disinfectant smells like terrible tequila?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
They smell horrible.
I'm like, I smell it, I'm
but
like, oh god, I like remember the times.
It brings back good memories for me.
Not good memories for me. That's the only alcohol that can really take me down is tequila.
That's the only alcohol I drink. I
Yeah.
can't drink anything else other than tequila.
You can have all the tequila.
Yes, I think I've pretty much
Sheila Tequila.
Sheila Tequila is my name over
Awesome,
there. Sheila
awesome.
Tequila. I remember one Christmas, one of the Christmases, I had this robe and I made it myself, and I put Sheila Tequila on
Nice.
there, and everyone was like, "Sheila Tequila, can I order a drink?" I'm like, "Is it tequila?" Yeah. Yeah, the Whispering Eye, it has
Back to the Whispering
Back
Eye.
to the Whispering Eye. I got to talk about this drink because it's my personal favorite drink on
Awesome.
there. Similar to a margarita, tequila base has like a lavender syrup, not a syrup, lavender. My mind is blanking out right now. Oh my gosh, my mind is just
I
blanking
don't
out
think
right
it's
now.
lavender sauce. That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
it's
right.
not lavender sauce.
Spritz, no lavender.
Oh my gosh, the bar manager's gonna kill me right
not
now
syrup,
for not
you
knowing
said.
this. Yeah, it's not syrup.
Splash of lavender.
Yeah, it's
Accent.
we have a butterfly pea
Shots?
elixir. There we go. A butterfly pea elixir that makes it turn purple.
Okay.
And so the bottom of it is like this pretty light
Wow.
purple, and then on the top it's like more of a lavender, I guess. And it's a gorgeous drink. I love it. It's similar to a margarita, but not so much. People get worried that the lavender might make it taste too floral, but it's not at all.
People really coming in, they're like, you know what, this might be too floral.
Yeah,
Really? Oh
yeah.
my
You'd
God.
be surprised with some of the stuff
Pinkies
people
up.
say. Yeah, exactly. Pinkies up.
So you guys, so I know I personally don't really know the history of Present Company, but it seems like based on the amount of time and effort you guys put into drinks, you guys
Yeah.
are kind of that. I wouldn't say trend, but movement that I feel like maybe Anvil kind of started, or was it the beginning where it's about the mixology? It's about really putting time.
Anvil's one of my favorite spots. Oh my
same.
gosh, I love that place.
I have a lot of great memories there.
Yeah. We definitely, our bar manager / general manager, he says he's not general manager, but he is.
Yeah.
He definitely put a lot of time and effort into all of these drinks. Before COVID, we would have like a drink special every single month. The bartenders would have to come up with it. So each one of the bartenders would come up with a drink, and whichever one that the owner and the managers liked the most, that would be the drink special of the month. Right now, because we are a restaurant, we don't have that anymore. People have asked about it. But yeah.
You should do a pairing.
Yeah, a pairing. Yeah.
Meal special.
Yes. Oh my gosh. A COVID special.
COVID special. There you go.
But whenever we did switch over to restaurant, the cocktail manager, because I was right below her pretty much. I pretty much did whatever was needed. If she needed time off, like I would be handling everything. Just pretty much said that she was leaving, that she was putting her 2 weeks in, and then just kind of bounced, So it just kind of.
This was the previous cocktail manager.
Yeah, the previous cocktail manager. Yeah, she just kind of bounced. So it definitely put a lot of pressure on me to kind of fill in the holes that. Luckily, a lot of the stuff that she did, she taught me how to do. So I'm grateful for that. But what happened was unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but it is what it is, so you kind of figure out what you need to do, and it's just like it just went to instant, like I gotta do what I need to do, push through. I was working crazy hours. Luckily though, because we are a restaurant, we close at midnight now versus 2 a.m.
So you're getting like 2 more hours of sleep.
Yeah, 100%. So us getting out of there a lot earlier than 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, whatever, even 2:30, whatever, is really nice. Because now, on average, we get out of there at like 1 a.m. Sometimes on the weekends at like 1:30 or so. So it's a lot nicer. Right now we have like.
You probably deal with a lot less drunkenness.
Yeah. I think booze has been kind of keeping me sane a little bit. I've been drinking a little bit more. When I went into the second time COVID stuff, when we went into quarantine.
Well, I think they said sales on alcohol was like up 146% or something.
Oh,
like that.
I'm probably adding to that for
Yeah.
sure. I'm probably one
You're
of those
a solid
people.
top 1% there.
Yeah, probably. The second time in quarantine for sure. I was like, I'm gonna start eating better, like working out. I was doing all of it. I was like, yes, I'm getting back. I miss that, staying sane. I wanted to work out more, was doing that, was being active, not drinking, not as stressed out. I felt more of a game plan coming up versus just being thrown into
The wild.
Yeah, the wild. And so once we got back, I was telling everyone, I was like, I've been healthy. I'm going to stay healthy. I'm going to not, go crazy. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to do this. First weekend in was just Sunday. Sundays are craziest days. I was like, it'll just be this day. Then the next weekend, I was like, okay, it'll be Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday. And then the weekend after, it was just like, I'm fed up. Let me just go after work, take a shot, like chill out.
Tequila, of course.
Yeah, tequila, of course. But Sundays are our most insane days out of the week, and I don't think it'll ever smooth out, even when we turn to a bar or restaurant. It is what it is. Nothing ever goes as planned. Nothing goes smooth, no matter how many people are staffed, no matter how understaffed we are. There's just always some sort of issue that happens that day.
I got you. So always needing a little bit of a let down at the end of the night.
Yeah, 100%. And so, but Sundays are kind of like industry's Fridays. Like that's our, we're done with the week.
Clubs are usually opening Thursday.
Yeah. We're open every single day. But
were you open every single day before?
Yeah.
Oh wow, getting lit every day.
Yeah. But yes, Sundays are typically our Fridays, and then most of the cocktails and bartenders are off on Monday. So I work on Mondays, but I try and do office work versus be on the floor. But it doesn't happen all the time like that. But yeah, it's been crazy. It's
been real.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you and I meant to ask this way before when we were talking about like kind of what everyone's role was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask it now. So going the bartenders and the cocktails going to servers, how much of a change was that? And like did they just pick it up pretty quickly, or was it really that big of a difference to just be serving mostly food?
It's been elaborate a little bit more.
I mean, so basically you got the bartenders who are just always used to slinging drinks, and cocktail is pretty much similar, right?
Taking care of,
So I'm sure they've had some experience in the service industry from a server standpoint. What I was trying to figure out was it I know you said that first night was a crazy, but was it a big difference for them to be going straight to server from what they're used to, or was it pretty much the same thing, just food instead of drink?
So for the servers, because now we all share tips, so everything's under one number versus each person having separate numbers and doing their own checkout. That has been really
made it more tough.
Yeah, that has made it more difficult because we find other people's tabs, and we have to, there's more than one Gonzalez. There's more than one Atiki. Well, no, there's probably not more than one Atiki, but it's a lot harder to find tabs.
So someone who is a cocktail before, they would have 4 parties, and that'll all be under the computer right there.
Correct.
So now they got to go to the computer and they have to search for their table. Slows things down.
Yeah, and that definitely slows things down with our system. Our system is a little bit complicated. Okay. We're switching over to Toast this week.
I heard about Toast.
Toast is amazing. It's a blessing.
Oh my God.
I worked at Burger Joint for a minute because he also owns Burger Joint, Pavement, what else? Pistoleros. I
think that's my partner Brad's account. I'm not sure.
No way. Leopard Lounge too, I believe. And he's growing. Like they're opening up a Pavement in Austin. They're opening up a new spot, the taco stand.
Nice.
That
sounds great.
Yeah, I know.
It has stand and taco in it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be in the Heights right next to Burger Joint over there. And he's definitely spreading all over Houston pretty much, and
yeah.
even Austin, which is cool. But when I was at Burger Joint, they switched over to toast, and oh my gosh, it was
Yeah.
so easy, so efficient. Like, a lot of the problems that we're having right now, I think will be fixed when we finally switch over to toast.
Yeah, what makes toast so easy? Because I've only the way I know about it is I randomly, when I was working at another company, I was in the field prospecting businesses, and I ran into a toast representative.
Yeah.
So we chatted up, and I was like, "Oh, first of all, that's a cool name, right?"
Yeah.
But how come it's like so much easier? Because they made it seem it was just like a simple, anyone can do it, jump on in.
It pretty much is like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, our POS system right now, it's like you have to separate tabs. It's completely confusing. If a table moves, it's confusing to just, have
Move
it
it.
moved over. In the system,
Right.
it's so easy. Like, we had a training at today, actually, and that's what I was doing earlier before I came up here. We were playing with it, and it just made life so much easier. We have a handheld, so it's like we can put in the order right in front of the customer versus
awesome.
having to wait for a cocktail waitress to get off the computer so we can use the computer and have like 10 different cards on us because they all want separate transactions.
Oh my God, yeah.
And when we have like parties of 20, 10 all back to back to back, it's like we have like sometimes 20, 30 cards in our hands, and it's so inconvenient. We're like, wait, is this the right card? We're trying to make sure we don't lose the card or anything like that. And so
no one likes to play credit card roulette?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. No one does that. I think I've only had it happen like once or twice. And I was like, thank you for doing that, because I do not want to split up this high bill into 20 different tabs. Like when they say they want all separate tabs, I'm like, we have Venmo now. We have Cash App. We have all these different things. Why can't one of y'all just pay the tab and then just Venmo each other? Like, but with
they
Toast,
want you to do it.
Yeah, and it's like, then they're like, why are y'all not closing us out yet? And it's like, y'all wanted separate tabs. This is what's gonna happen. Like, I always let the party know, like, though, if they are doing separate tabs, it will take longer. And so I, am kind of really stern about it, because they're just like, no, we want separate tabs and we want it right now. So I'm like, it's going to take a minute. So y'all are going to have to be patient with me. But with this Toast, it's like you just take the card, swipe it, put in their order, boom, boom. The drink runner goes and gets it, brings it to the table. As I'm taking other people's orders, I just put it in, and the drink runner's bringing the food. The food runner,
That's
drink
awesome.
runner.
That's
So
awesome.
it'll make it.
So what you do then is, before, at the beginning, you're like, hey, you guys splitting up the tab, and then you just...
Yeah, I just go around each person. Oh, this is what you want. You want a whispering eye? Okay, cool. Swipe. There you go. Next person. Oh, you want a stranger danger? Swipe.
Yeah.
There you go. And we just go around the table holding the handheld. Like, every single cocktail will have a handheld with them at all times, versus us all fighting for the computers that shut down on us. Like this past Sunday, oh my gosh, our systems love to shut down on Sundays. I don't know what it is on Sundays. The computers want to go down on us.
They want to rest too.
Yeah, but do it on a Monday, not on a Sunday. Don't do it on our craziest day.
Yeah.
And so it shut down on us, and I remember I had about like 20 people I had to close out and print out their receipts, have them sign it, and people were just staring at me like, hello, I'm waiting for my ticket. I already called the Uber. Like, I'm ready to leave. And I'm just like looking at them like, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Like, you don't understand. Our system's shutting down, you know? And by the time it reboots and everything, it takes a minute. And
a lot of people are angry.
Yeah, a lot of people are angry. Why isn't my drink order put in? Why isn't this? And it's like, I can't put it in because our systems are shut down. So, I think with Toast, it'll definitely take out a lot of the issues we're having right now. And I think between the bartenders and cocktails, it'll be a lot smoother than when we first opened up as
That's
a
great.
restaurant.
I always thought it was wild that point of sale systems were so complex.
Yeah.
You think they would try to make it as easy as possible, right?
Not at all. Especially the one we have right now. I forgot the name of it, but it is, difficult. I'm excited about Toast, ready for it to be live at present company.
Soon.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I was going to say, going back, we were talking about Instagram and all that stuff. I know that for those of the people who aren't listening, for those who aren't listening, I hope you're listening. For those that are listening and don't know about Present Company, do you have a bit of a story how it came up?
So how I heard about Present Company, I was actually at Bell Station in Midtown.
Okay.
And I believe one of the ex-owners, he was over there, and I met him over there, and he gave me his card, and he was like, hey, I'm going to be opening up this place, Present Company. Whenever we do, you should swing by, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, cool, thanks. Like, whatever, and didn't even think of it as anything. And my ex, he was an industry person for like a long time, and he was like, don't get in it, try and stay out of it. And I was like, okay, bet.
Just sucks you in.
Yeah. And I was in suiting at the time, and I was also working at Equinox, hence the hat, which was a fancy gym pretty much for people who don't know. Yeah.
Equinox is very fancy.
Yeah. And so I was over there. I got out of some stuff happened with the suiting stuff and got out of it. So I was just at Equinox, and I was like, I can't live off of this. This is like, this isn't going to work. 'Cause that was I was just pretty much there because they had a lot of perks. They had, for part-time employees, they had insurance. And so I was like, I want to be here. And so I was over there, but I was like, this isn't going to pay the bills. Like, I can't do this. And so I remember I was reaching out to everyone. I went through my folder of like all these cards, business cards I had. I was like, hey, is anyone looking for a job? Is anyone? So I messaged him, and I was like, hey, are y'all hiring right now? I saw that y'all were opened up, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yes, come apply this day. And that day he had messaged me and was like, let's shoot for another day. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to be working over here. What's going on? Like, this isn't going to happen.
FOMO.
Yeah. And so I started freaking out. And so I just went up there for a drink with one of my girlfriends. I was like, let me see what this place is about. Like, I've never worked industry before. Like, I was like, let me check it out, see what the vibe is like. And then I went and talked to him, and I was like, hey, like, I need something, like, can we please meet up? Like, I really want to work here, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yes, come this day, this time. So I went there, and oh my gosh, one, I'm horrible at interviews. Like, I just freeze up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be working for underneath this person. Like, I just freak out. I'm the worst person to talk to. I'm uncomfortable. I'm awkward. I don't know what to say. It's embarrassing. I've had, meetings with friends where I've tried to practice my interview skills, whatever. and it's great. But then when at the interview, I just have either diarrhea of the mouth, or I'm just like sitting there like, what am I saying?
Two extremes.
Why am I here? Yeah, exactly. And so when I went over there, I thought I was just interviewing with one person. I go over there, and it's the cocktail manager, the bar manager, and both owners. And I was just like, 4 people? Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, I am not going to get this job. I'm not getting this job, but let's just push through it. So they're like, they're talking to me and everything, and I'm just like saying the dumbest things possible. I was just like, I'm not getting hired. There's no way.
Yeah.
And so the next day they messaged me, and they're like, okay, you're hired. And I remember they were like, can you come at this time? I was like, yep, right. I'm coming. We're good. I remember when I first went there, it was madness. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, don't know. Like, I wasn't. The only thing I knew was tequila,
Yeah.
And so I had to learn all these crazy cocktails that
Right.
we had. And then I had like, I had to learn about vodkas, whiskeys, gins, all this
Yeah.
other stuff that, people would order. They'd be like, can I get,
A whispering eye.
yeah, a whispering eye or like Bombay Sapphire or something. And I would be like, can you tell me what that is? Like, it was embarrassing because,
Yeah.
but there were 30 cocktails at the time. So all of us were just like running with our heads cut off. Like, we would be upstairs and we couldn't even walk from outside to inside to get to the
Wow.
computer because we were just pushing through to get through it. Yeah, it was insane. But that's pretty much how I heard about Present Company. And then I said, the goal was for me to just be there for a year or something and to, go back into suiting. And then here I am like 2 years later, still here.
Yeah, and the cocktail manager.
Yeah. Cocktail manager.
Yeah.
Not officially, but practically.
Practically.
Yeah. But it's been wild. Like, I love what I do. I love Present Company. I love the people that I work with. Like, I don't see myself leaving soon. Like, there's ups and downs to it.
Of course.
But I feel like you have to have a certain type of personality to be able to deal with the craziness that's given to you, over there. But it's been a wild ride. It's awesome getting compliments from people who have been in the industry for a long time saying, I can't believe this is your first industry job,
Oh,
blah, blah,
wow.
blah. Yeah.
So really killed it.
Yeah. So I feel definitely appreciated for sure. But I know. But yeah, it's been a wild ride for sure.
Oh, what's up? One last question, because there's so many places that people cannot get pictures of right now. But how many props or Instagram photo opportunities are there within Present Company?
So there's about, I don't know, there's so many. Literally, we have, so if you get seated upstairs, the issue is on Sundays, whenever people sit downstairs, they want to go upstairs and see what the upstairs is about and take pictures up there. And we can't because we don't want people walking around. We want them staying just like if you were at a restaurant. You wouldn't go and start wandering around everywhere and being like, oh, let me do this, let me go to the bar. You wouldn't do that at a restaurant. But people still think that we're a bar. But we probably have like, I want to say, I don't know, there's so many. Like, honestly, there's probably like 10 spots. Like, we have a Texas neon sign. We have a sign near the restrooms that say past, present, future. Another one that is at a table that says it's not yesterday anymore. We have another one upstairs.
A lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
we can say Baker's Dozen, maybe. Baker's Dozen.
Yeah, probably a lot. Like, we've gotten I forgot what, I want to say it was a magazine possibly. We got like we got voted like most Instagrammable bar in Texas or something.
There's a claim to fame.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
And we went the first year that we were open, we got second, I believe, I want to say second busiest bar in Texas.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, we definitely were. So people come in, and it sucks right now because we are a restaurant. So we try to accommodate as many people as we can, but at the same time, we're trying to stay open. So we're all.
It's important for you guys to the same reason why you guys have to have that mask mandate. Enforced is because it's for everyone's safety and also for you guys to stay open.
They're like, I went to so and so and they didn't make me wear a mask, and we're like, okay, go back there. We're Present Company.
Well, for those who want to be safe, and of course, thank you for coming on, Sheila. For those who want to be safe, What are the hours and where's the address for Present Company?
Oh,
for our listeners.
Yeah. So Monday through Friday, we're open 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. On the weekends, we're open from Saturday and Sunday, we're open 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. And then let's see, the address 1318 Westheimer, Present
Awesome.
Company.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for listening in again. If you have any questions for Sheila, obviously you can't really reach out via the podcast in audio. I won't be able to pick you up telepathically. But if you go to our YouTube channel, you can shoot me a comment, go to the Facebook page. Any question for Sheila, she would love to answer.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all could email us at info@presentcompanyhtx.com. Find me on Instagram. Whatever. Yeah,
sounds good. Drop a line. And make sure to stay present at Present Company.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. Until next time, dudes.